CBS 46 News at 11 starts now.
New at 11 and only on CBS 46. New developments in the tragedy in Tucker that killed a mother and her daughters. Investigators are not only looking for the cause of the fire and trying to reconcile inconsistent statements given by its sole survivor. Now they are also re-examining incidents known to have occurred inside the house in 2015 and even years before that. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Sharon Reed.
And I'm Ben Swan. Tonight we cannot say if these incidents are related in any way to that suspicious fire, but we can say that they have come to the attention of authorities.
CBS 46 investigative reporter Karen Greer has been following the case. She is breaking new details tonight.
We now know that life inside the home at 1079 Pointer Ridge was not always as idyllic as many friends and neighbors assumed, or as picture perfect as it looks on the Facebook page of Kathy Patterson. Long before she died in a blaze with her 2 young daughters last month, concern for the well-being of the girls was raised by teachers at the school they attended and others, causing the Department of Family and Children's Services, or DFACS, to investigate. In this 2014 DFACS report obtained by CBS 46 under the Georgia Open Records Act, school officials said they observed, quote, many red flags and concluded this environment is causing extreme stress in Kayla and Madeline. And a DFACS caseworker fast-tracked the investigation, quote, due to impending dangers identified. End quote. On more than one occasion, emergency medical technicians were sent to the Patterson home in ambulances after emergency calls involving the children's mother.
We do have them on the way. Do not give her nothing to eat or drink. Just try to keep her relaxed. Okay. If she continues to vomit or become less awake, just lay her on her side.
The response to a frantic 911 call just last year when neighbors found Kathy Patterson nearly unconscious and barely responsive. And this one also last year after Kathy's mother arrived at the home.
How far did you fall on those stairs, baby? From the very top of her stairs. It's about 20 stairs. Okay. And what caused the fall, do you know? What caused the fall? You just lost your footing? She slipped.
That wasn't her first tumble, just the most recent one. Kathy wrote on Facebook that this was a bad sprained ankle from falling down the stairs. That was 2011. Kathy Patterson seems to have suffered injury after injury. Next to this photo, Kathy wrote, quote, Supermom here slid on the super slippery concrete to save my child that fell down. And here she explained a water park mishap, redressing my boo-boos. Ouch. But it appears no ambulance was called when oldest daughter Kayla sustained a concussion last May. In fact, her father, Brent Patterson, didn't even call 911 to report the incident until the following day.
Hi, I need to report a hit and run from last night. A black SUV in our neighborhood rolled through the stop sign, didn't stop at the stop sign, and hit my 11-year-old daughter on her bike.
Gwinnett County District Attorney Danny Porter said all of these incidents are now part of the investigation, but he does not know where they fit in or even if they fit in to this growing puzzle.
I haven't had a chance to review those and look at them in detail in the context of the entire investigation. So, but we know they're there, and we turn them over to we obtain them and then turn them over to the fire investigators.
Kathy Patterson ultimately withdrew her children from the school that complained to DFACS, and the agency closed its investigation after interviewing the family and several acquaintances. As the district attorney repeatedly has said, the cause of the tragic fire has not been determined and could turn out to be completely accidental. Meanwhile, investigators are looking closely at the home life of the Patterson family and anything else that conceivably could have a bearing on this case. For CBS 46 Investigates, I'm Karen Greer.
And our own Karen Greer today with CNN's Nancy Grace, breaking exclusive developments and bringing this growing high-profile story into the national spotlight tonight.
With me, Karen Greer, WGCL. I'm trying to analyze this because several 911 calls came in, as you know, Karen, and the husband has given several statements. We're also going to analyze the timeline. Karen, why do you say the inconsistencies start right here?
Because the father said he opened the door, went out of the house, and the house exploded at that point, and he couldn't get back in. But the neighbor across the street didn't see the father outside of the house at that point. So there's questions as to where was he when these flames were engulfing the home.
CBS 46 investigative team staying on top of this suspicious fire. We'll bring you updates as we get them, and you can see more of Karen's reporting right now on CBS46.com.
And right now, investigators in Bartow County, they're looking into this massive plant fire. Take a look at that. It sent black smoke billowing into the air from Chemical Products Corporation in Cartersville. An operator heard a pop, then saw all that smoke beginning to rise. A spokesperson tells CBS 46 the company, which makes paper products, has a very good safety record. We checked federal records and discovered several OSHA violations and several $1,000s in fines over the last 10 years. New at 11, you might have seen it near Piedmont Park in Midtown, a broken water pipe and gallons upon gallons of water gushing down the roadway. The street is wet, but homes have been left dried out. The night team's Christian De La Rosa getting answers for neighbors who were told that the issue is not going to be fixed now for weeks.
Yeah, and that's a really long time. We're on the 400 block of 10th. We saw water just gushing down some 5 blocks toward Monroe. And just within the past 10 minutes, we learned that neighbors in this entire block have no water. But take a look here tonight. We are getting answers and action. You can hear it bubbling underground and can see it pouring for blocks and blocks down 10th Street.
Thousands and thousands of gallons, I can only imagine. They were cutting underneath.
Neighbors say cable workers with Google Fiber were drilling on the site.
Next thing I know, the whole ground is just bubbling up like this.
Homeowner Matt Doloff says that was Monday.
It's been a steady stream ever since.
Since then, Doloff hasn't had water, leaving him with a kitchen full of dirty dishes and this bucket.
I've been using this bucket of water over here.
To flush your toilet?
To flush the toilet.
The homeowner says he reported the leak to the city, but was told he had to wait
30 to 45 days.
So we called the city of Atlanta. A watershed department spokesperson told us they were aware of the issue, but hadn't been able to get to it. They promised they would get it fixed tonight. And back out here live, workers have been out here for some 3 hours. We are told they're just about done. And I just asked one of them, how long is it going to take for residents to get their water turned back on? I was told just about 20 minutes. We're live in Midtown tonight in Fulton County. I'm Christian De La Rosa, CBS 46 News, 19.
Christian, thanks. New developments tonight in the killing of a pizza delivery man. Investigators are questioning several people taken into custody during a raid at a Lawrenceville apartment where the man was killed. Last night before midnight, Papa John's pizza driver Shane Varna Adore made a delivery at the Wesley Harrington apartment on Harrington Road. Officers responded to reports of gunshots and they found Varnador dead. Today, detectives took bags of evidence out of the apartment on the 3rd floor. Tomorrow morning, counselors will return to an elementary school in Fulton County where a student brought a gun to campus. That student at River Eves Elementary in Roswell now facing charges and discipline tonight. It was other students who told staffers about the weapon, and we've learned the gun was loaded. The district says it is investigating and it has notified parents.
Believe me, I am a unifier. Once we get all of this finished, I'm going to go after one person. That's Hillary Clinton.
After dominating the polls on Super Tuesday, Donald Trump is on his path to victory. Tonight, he is inching closer to the GOP nomination. But as the votes and, more importantly, the delegates add up, there's anything but a sense of unity among conservatives. In fact, many say that Trump's rise is causing a state of panic in the Republican Party. The 19's Tracy Hutchins is here with why a GOP heavy hitter being called in now to lay out a case against the frontrunner. Tracy?
Yeah, Ben, absolutely. All eyes will be on Mitt Romney when he makes his announcement tomorrow, and that's going to be at 11:30 a.m. But what exactly will he say about Donald Trump to change the minds of Republican supporters and the thousands of people who voted for him?
I feel awfully good.
Donald Trump riding high on a string of 7 Super Tuesday wins. He could be on the verge of locking down the Republican nomination.
I will not support Donald Trump now, and I will not support him should he move on.
Republicans now trying to distance themselves from the frontrunner. On Thursday, former Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney will speak on the state of the 2016 presidential race. Sources say he will go after Trump, emphasizing that the billionaire businessman is the wrong person to lead the Republican Party. Well, Trump fired back at Romney on Twitter, saying just another desperate move by the man who should have easily beaten Barack Obama. And former GOP presidential candidate Mike Huckabee says it is time for Republicans to rally around Trump.
But don't pretend that somehow that all these voters who have gone out and voted for him are stupid. They're not stupid. I'll tell you what they are. They're angry, and they're angry at the very establishment who is going nuts because Donald Trump is doing so well.
Now, Mitt Romney is not expected to endorse any particular candidate tomorrow, but some Republicans say Ted Cruz is the best challenger that the GOP has to go up against Trump. Ben?
Yeah, Tracy, and of course, establishment doesn't like Ted Cruz either, so what to do now? Many more contests in the days to come, including 11 primaries and caucuses set for Saturday, Sunday, and next Tuesday. A lot going on, and we will bring you results and analysis on air, online, and on our social media channels.
New at 11, a sex trafficking tour bringing together law enforcement and state leaders. It hit the streets of Atlanta this evening. CBS 46 got an invitation to ride along with the group. The 9 Team's Julian Johnson is live at the Capitol. And Julian, what exactly was the goal here?
Well, Sharon, right now, this whole thing was just about raising awareness. They rode around to some known areas that are hot spots for trafficking in DeKalb County. All of this in an effort to crack down on a crime that often preys on young children.
You are destroying the lives of children, and it needs to stop.
The emotion coming from Georgia Public Service Commissioner Tim Echols is raw. His words aimed directly at sex traffickers and their pursuit of victims, oftentimes young children.
It's a blight on our city and state, the fact that kids are being sold for sex in Atlanta.
That's partly why he started organizing tours, bringing together cops and politicians. The group hops on a bus to get a glimpse of hot spots where human trafficking is known to happen.
When we get a chance to share with them, and then they go back and they pass their appropriate bills.
Officers from DeKalb County Police and Conyers PD took part. The tour focused on areas in DeKalb. The first stop, a rundown hotel just off I-20, where the police presence was related to drugs, not trafficking. But the tour did more than just observe. Our camera caught the moments after a gift bag was given to a possible trafficking victim. Inside it, information on who to contact to get help.
It normally takes a while for them to actually get out of the lifestyle and realize that we are actually here to try to help them.
And you know, both DeKalb Police and Conyers PD told me that the more high-profile arrests they're able to make, it sends a strong message to traffickers not to come back. Tonight, we're live at the state capitol. Julian Johnson, CBS 46 News 19.
Rain repeat. Another storm system is headed for Metro Atlanta, but will there be some more severe storms?
CBS 46 investigates. A local doctor linked to dozens of patient deaths, accused of running a deadly pill mill. We investigate how he was able to get away with it for years and the fight to stop doctors who overprescribe. CBS 46 News at 11, back in 60 seconds.